Welcome to Sewing Anastasia, and today we are going to make a Christmas stocking out of a sweater. This is going to be so easy. You are going to sew this one up in a jiffy. The thing I love about this project is that it is so easy to create. You can make this stocking in under 5 minutes. So if you have a last-minute gift to give and you need a stocking to put it in, go ahead and grab a sweater and let's make a stocking. And just FYI, this is video 2 to my gift giving playlist for 2022. So make sure you tune in all month long to check out all of the videos. So I do have a stocking pattern on the website, and you can use it to make a traditional stocking by also following the video to do that. Link will be down below in the description. But you can use this stocking pattern to create this easy 5-minute stocking. Or if you have a stocking at home right now, you could also just trace that out and use it as a pattern. The first thing we need to do is prep our sweater. So we are going to cut it in half, so that way we just have one side of the sweater that we're working with. So I'm going to be using the back of the sweater because I love the red and green polka dots. I think it's super cute. So I just need the back of the sweater to make one stocking, which means a sweater gets you 2 stockings. So I only want to work with 1 layer. So I'm going to cut up the side seam here so I can separate it from the front. And now I'm going to cut up the sleeve so I can open it up. And then I'm going to cut across the sleeve because I know I don't need that much fabric. We're going to cut up the shoulder. Okay, we have half of it released, and now we're going to do the same thing to the other side of the sweater. I recommend using a medium sweater or a bigger. So the more fabric, the merrier for your stocking, right? A little easier to cut out. Okay, so the rest of the sweater we can toss to the side right now. So we are just gonna throw that over to the side, and now we have our sweater back here to work with. And actually, look at how cool the inside is too, how fun. Okay, so what we wanna do is take the sweater and we are going to fold it in half. Make sure the bottom is nice and lined up. Excellent. And now what we want to do is take our stocking pattern and we want to lay it on top. So what you want to do is take the rib knit on the sweater at the bottom of the sweater, and that's going to become the cuff of our stocking. So we're going to end up folding this over later on for our cuff. So I want you to place the pattern below the rib knit that's on your sweater. And now what we're going to do is line up the side of our stocking that doesn't have the toe on it with the side seam. Now there's a 1/2 inch seam allowance in this pattern, so I'm going to make sure that the pattern is hanging off a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to weight it down. If you're enjoying making a sweater into a stocking so far, make sure you subscribe to Sewing Anastasia and hit that notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. They come out every single week. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching today. Now let's get back to turning that sweater into a cute stocking for the mantle. So now I have it weighted down and it's time to cut it out. So because I placed this side of the pattern over the fold, we are not going to cut up this side. We are just going to cut along the bottom, around the toe, back up to the front, and just straight up. Make sure you don't cut the top of your rib knit off. And now when we undo this, it's gonna look really cool. Check that out. We have got a stocking there, and this is what the stocking pattern looks like. So when it's all cut out and we use that fold that we had on the sweater as a seam, it's going to look like this. And now what we're going to do is take it and place it right sides together, and you can see how it looks like a stocking again. And we're just going to sew the bottom of the toe and right back up. So I have the stocking folded right sides together so that way we can sew it up. Now you can use the serger to sew this together, you can use a zigzag stitch, or you can use an overcast stitch. Today I'm going to be using an overcast stitch so that way I'm creating a seam and finishing the edge. Because this is made out of a sweater, it's going to unravel and fall apart like crazy, so we have to pick a method to finish the edges. I'm going to start at the top of the stocking, and I'm going to make sure that I'm back stitching and I have my overcast stitch selected. So let's take a look at what we just sewed. So I sewed down, around the toe, and back up. And then I went back and I cut off all those little extra bits to clean up the edge. Now let's turn it right side face out and check it out. Go ahead and push your toe out. Give it a little stretch if you need to. Give it a little iron. I did not iron mine yet. You can see how it's tucked in there in that seam. So just roll it in between your fingers to help it pop out. Same with this side. Okay. So now you can leave it like this with the rib knit at the very top, or you can take it and fold it over. And then all you need is a little loop for the top. So this one we have a fabric loop, and I'm going to actually grab a piece of ribbon and sew a little piece of ribbon right here, so that way we can hang it on the mantle. So I ironed it all up and it is looking much better. So it's nice and flat and smooth now. And I have my red satin ribbon that I am going to put into the stocking. I'm going to lift up the rib knit, and then I'm just going to sew right in the stocking under the rib knit so we don't see it. And then we will have our loop. So I'm going to do 2 rows of stitches, one right below the rib knit and then one an inch down. So that way it's nice and secure. And I'm just using a straight stitch for this. We're going to back stitch and cut. I'm going to take out my other pin, move it down about an inch, and just do the same thing. We did it! We finished our stocking. We upcycled a sweater into a stocking, and it was so fast, right? That took like no time at all. So if you're looking for new stockings for your mantle, or you're looking to give some gifts in a stocking this year, make sure you consider sewing up your stockings out of sweaters. Upcycling is the best. I just love it. And a lot of times you can find a sweater for $1 or $2, and that's even cheaper than going to the store and buying fabric, which is kind of crazy, right? And then you get these really cool prints and they're all cozy and warm like winter. I just love it. Thanks so much for watching Sewing Anastasia today. I hope you enjoyed making a stocking out of a sweater. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it some applause, and leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what you thought of this DIY upcycled project. And don't forget, I'm putting out videos all month long that are all holiday gift related. So make sure you check back to see all the other DIY gift giving tutorials. And if you're not already a subscriber to Sewing Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching today. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all those social media websites, well, make sure you subscribe so that way we can stay connected and creative together. And don't forget, I teach sewing classes and pattern drafting classes in my design studio here in Chicago, Illinois. And I also teach them virtually, so check those out at sewinganastasia.com. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!